Hello and thank you for joining me today on my channel, SynTech Gaming. My name is Cindrix. I appreciate you watching this video today. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to try to answer any questions that I can. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful day. Let's get to the video. We're going to be continuing to build our computer case. In a previous video we prepared the case, we removed the bays for the hard drive, we removed the riser. So the next thing to do really is to get ready for the motherboard. I've got the motherboard here. We're using the Asus ROG Maximus X with Wi-Fi. To prepare for the motherboard, you want to make sure that your case is ready. So this case has actually come with some of the motherboard standoffs already installed. You see one there, one there, two more there, and then two more there. Now this case also comes with a little cheat sheet on it, which is kind of cool. And you can see there it says ATX-A, Micro ATX-M, Mini TX-I, and Extended ATX-E. Now if you look around, such as this next hole here, you'll see it says A and M, so that means I need another standoff there. Now this is new to me, I've never seen a case that does this. So the way I used to do this is I would actually take the motherboard, and I also have never seen a computer case that has these pre-installed at all either, so that was pretty new to me as well. What I normally do in this situation is I just take the motherboard and I start to line it up with where it's going to go, and I see that those are lined up, and lined up, but these three here, 1, 2, and 3, don't have standoffs. So I know that I need to put in 3 more standoffs for this board. So I've already got the additional motherboard standoffs, all 3 of them, and I'm going to be putting them in those 3 holes that said AM, or the ones that lined up with the motherboard. Now, I'm sure I could go get a socket that actually fit these, but I am just going to grab a pair of pliers. And you don't have to tighten these very tight at all. They just need to be snugged a good bit. The main thing is you want to make sure that they're a little tighter than what you're going to screw your motherboard down as, because if you ever have to remove your motherboard, you don't want to have to have the standoff come with your motherboard. There's a couple more things that you want to do when getting ready to install your motherboard in your case. Now, you can see in my case that I have a very large access area for connecting coolers, water blocks, all those kinds of things. So I'm going to pull my motherboard back out really quick and show you guys that the motherboard got 4 holes where your cooler is going to be installed through. AIO water cooler, custom loop water cooler, unless you're doing a whole motherboard block, or just a regular air cooler, is going to go through those 4 holes. Now, I will pre-install the CPU and the motherboard, which I'll show you here in just a minute. But the reason why I wanted to go over this area with you is if you don't have this area where you can access that, you might have to install your cooler, whether it's air or water, before you install your motherboard onto your computer case. In my situation, I'm actually going to install my cooler afterwards. So let's come back over to the motherboard, and I'm going to go grab my processor really quick. Alright, we have got our Core i7 unlocked 8700K, and this is a LGA 1151 socket. And we're going to be sticking it in that processor socket. The Asus board came with was a CPU installation tool, which makes this an even easier process. So we're going to go ahead and open up this socket here, and it says install processor first, then remove and keep the cover. So we're going to push this tab down and slide it out. This is going to allow us to open this up here. Now, if you'll see, that hooks on that screw right there. So when you go to clip this back in, you want to make sure that when you do, those go underneath that screw. If you go to do this and you go like that and voila, then yeah, you've done nothing. So let's go ahead and pop that over. We will go ahead, yeah, that's interesting. I've never seen a tool like that before. Let's get our processor. Now the trick with processors, this is an Intel processor, obviously. I haven't done a lot of Intel processors. AMD processors have got a bunch of pins that come off the bottom, and there will be a triangle. Let me see if I can get a good shot of that. So on the AMD processor, there'll be a bunch of pins that stick off the bottom right there, and you want to look for that little triangle. And there will be a triangle on your socket, and you line those up together. So I'm going to take this and set it in this tool. And I doubt you were able to hear that, but it actually clicked into the tool. We will take it, set it in its spot right there, and then we will take this and set it down. And what I do is when I set it down, I'll set it down and I go ahead and slide it towards that screw a little bit, and see it started to latch right there. Then you'll take this, and it feels a little tight, it does. You'll take that, set it down, and then that popped right off. There you go. So you have now installed your processor. Alright, so installing the motherboard. We now have our processor installed. It's easiest to install the motherboard if you lay your case flat, because you then won't have gravity trying to pull your motherboard down. Okay, so we have confirmed all of our standoffs are in the proper place. And we've got our processor put into our motherboard. So we are just going to take the motherboard and set it down in here. And make sure, there we go, there they are. Line this up. So I've got my motherboard screws, which the easiest way to identify those was, before you put the motherboard in there, was make sure that they just screw right into those standoffs. I'm going to go ahead and take these and start screwing down the motherboard. Alright, I'm not going to tighten it down tight, it's just a little snug right now. And that allows me to kind of position the motherboard around how I need to to get the other screws in while I get everything nice and lined up. So this motherboard has a total of 9 screws that hold it in the computer case, and we're going to get all 9 of those put in. Alright, so I'm just going to go around and make sure that all 9 of these are just good and snug now, tightened down. Obviously you don't want to over tighten any of these. Alright, so that's in there. We've got our processor in its socket. We've got the motherboard attached to the case. Another thing that I'll tell you to look out for, this has got that piece of plastic on it. I'm sure it won't cause any damage to have left it on there. However, you know, why not pull it off? It could potentially hold in a degree of heat. Make sure. No, that one doesn't have one. That one doesn't. Alright, well that concludes installing the motherboard. As far as connecting your cables, your power cables, 8 pins, the RAM, all that stuff, it's all going to be covered in individual videos. So continue watching. Thank you so much for watching my channel, SynTech Gaming. My name is Cindrix. If you liked the video you just saw, don't forget to subscribe so you can see more. Like the video with the thumbs up. And leave some comments so that we can talk. I'd love to answer any questions you have or hear any feedback that you have for me. Hope you have a wonderful day.